The hardest moments of our lives often happen in the softest light, or in no light at all. I want to talk to you about 3 a.m., that time when the house is truly silent. The air is cool, and you wake suddenly, feeling that familiar pressing urgency. You know you have to get to the bathroom right now. This is the most dangerous 4 minutes of your day. If you are over 60, statistically, the journey from your warm bed to the porcelain throne is one of the highest risks you face. It is where you are most likely to suffer a life-altering fall. Why? Because you are rushed, you are groggy from deep sleep, your blood pressure is adjusting, and you are trying to navigate darkness with an overloaded bladder. One small trip, one awkward slide on the throw rug, one misstep, and suddenly everything changes. That moment of panic when you realize you've fallen, it's not just physical pain, it is the immediate crushing blow to your independence. It is the beginning of the quiet shame of needing help for everything. It is the worry you see instantly reflected in your children's eyes. We are going to stop that fall tonight. We are going to reclaim that critical 4 minutes of your life. The title promised one thing you need to put on your feet, and that's exactly where we start. But forget the old, worn-out slippers you love. Forget the fluffy, backless slides that your granddaughter gave you last Christmas. They are comfort items, but they are absolutely deadly on a cold tile floor. They are designed to trip you. I want you to immediately go and inspect the soles of the footwear you keep beside your bed. Are they worn smooth? Are the backs open? Do your feet slip around inside them when you walk fast? If the answer is yes, put them in the trash today. They are no longer house shoes, they are injury risks. Here is the one non-negotiable thing you must put on your feet tonight, and every night, before that urgent call comes at 3 a.m. You need a dedicated pair of non-slip, closed-heel indoor walking shoes. I do not mean thin slippers. I mean a proper sturdy shoe designed solely for indoor movement. They must meet 3 criteria. First, they must have a fully enclosed heel. No open backs. This prevents your foot from sliding out when you quickly pivot or change direction in the dark. Second, they must have a rubberized gripping sole, the kind that makes a slight reassuring squeak on vinyl or wood. Not foam, not felt, but real tread. Look for the label non-skid or traction sole. Third, they must fit snugly and securely around your ankle, like a serious walking shoe. You should not be able to kick them off easily. If your shoes are loose, they become a tripping hazard themselves. Think of these not as house shoes, but as independence protectors. They stay right next to your bed. You put them on the moment your feet touch the floor. But the most secure footwear in the world can still fail if the path is treacherous. We must secure the route from the bedroom to the bathroom door. This is the second crucial layer of defense, linking back to the wisdom of keeping a peaceful and safe home. At 3 a.m., you are not thinking about moving things. You are focused only on the destination. Your clarity of thought is compromised. Your enemy is anything that creates an uneven surface. Electrical cords snaking across the floor. Coil them up and tape them down permanently, away from the path. That stack of magazines you meant to move or the laundry basket parked near the door? Move them today. Your bedroom and hallway floors must be clear, clean, and predictable. And the biggest tripping culprit of all, besides bad footwear, area rugs and runners. If you have area rugs on hard floors, wood, tile, laminate, they must have non-slip rubber pads underneath them. If they still bunch up or move when you step on the edges, get rid of them completely. The temporary beauty of a runner is not worth the potential cost of a broken hip. Finally, we address the darkness. Do not rely on your light switch. You are too far away from it in the hall, and fumbling for it costs precious seconds and valuable balance. Invest in small, inexpensive, plug-in LED nightlights with motion sensors. Place one low on the wall in your bedroom, another in the hallway near the turn, and one right near the bathroom door. They should provide a soft orange or blue glow, just enough light to outline obstacles, but not harsh enough to fully wake you up. When you swing your feet out of bed and your secure, non-slip shoe meets the floor, the path will already be illuminated, clearly showing you exactly where to place your steps. This is the first piece of wisdom. Protect your immediate environment so you can protect your body. We have addressed the home, we have secured the root and protected the feet, but there is an internal factor that makes millions of seniors unsteady, confused, and prone to poor judgment, regardless of how good their shoes are. That factor is related to the very foundation of your health, and it often involves a critical choice you make every month about your money and your medicine. This is often where the real, silent danger lies, compromising your balance and your mental clarity long before you even get out of bed. In Part 2, we must look closely at the things you put inside your body that affect your ability to stand, think, and react quickly, and the simple financial wisdom that can make the difference between a steady hand and a dangerous fog. That solid grip on your feet is your first line of defense, but protection doesn't stop at the ankle. The next great enemy to your 3 a.m. safety is the surface beneath you. Think about the path from your bed to the bathroom door. Is it a clear runway, or is it an obstacle course? We love our throw rugs. They make the house look cozy. They warm up a cold floor. But they are silent assassins in the dark. That little corner that curls up just slightly, in full light, it's annoying. At 3 a.m., half asleep, that's the trip that lands you in the emergency room. If you have a rug on the high-traffic path between your bed and the restroom, it must be secured completely. Use double-sided carpet tape or a heavy rubberized gripper pad underneath. If you can, eliminate the small rugs entirely from that specific route. This is about prioritizing safety over decor. A trip to the hospital costs far more than replacing a decorative rug. Now, look beyond the rugs. We often accumulate clutter without realizing it. A basket of magazines, a stack of bills, or that favorite pair of slippers you stepped out of, right in the middle of the path. When the lights are off, those small items become major trip hazards. They are almost impossible to see, even with mild moonlight. Make a new nighttime routine. Just before you get into bed, scan the floor. Take 60 seconds to clear the path you know your feet will follow if nature calls. It's not about keeping a perfect home, which can feel exhausting. It's about keeping one 3-foot wide path completely clear every single night. That small habit brings enormous peace of mind. But falls aren't just about what's on your feet or what's on the floor. They are often about what's happening inside your head. Your eyes and brain take time to switch gears from deep sleep to navigating the darkness. When the bladder wakes you suddenly, the instinct is to leap up and rush. This is dangerous. We must learn the pause and pivot rule. When you wake up, do not swing your feet immediately to the floor and stand. Sit up slowly. Sit on the edge of the bed for a count of 30. Use that time to let your blood pressure stabilize. Your body might be working through medications you took hours earlier, especially those for blood pressure or sleep aids. These medications can make you dizzy when you stand up quickly. You don't need to be fully alert to fall. You just need one moment of lightheadedness. The 30 seconds of sitting gives your brain time to register where you are and for your eyes to adjust to the faint light. While you are sitting, find that essential item you put on your feet, just like we discussed. Then, and only then, swing your legs down and stand up slowly. Take short, deliberate steps. And speaking of medication, this brings up another critical safety check that many of us overlook until it's too late. If you are waking up disoriented often, or if you feel unsteady during the day, please make a note. Do not assume it is just getting old. Many falls are side effects of drug combinations. Maybe your doctor prescribed something new for pain, and it's reacting badly with your blood pressure pill. You must be your own chief advocate. Take a full list of all your prescriptions, all your over-the-counter medicines, and all your supplements to your next doctor's appointment. Ask them directly, "Are any of these making me dizzy, especially when I stand up quickly at night?" Never be afraid to ask for a change in dosage or time of day. Protecting your physical safety is the #1 priority for maintaining your dignity and independence. We have now secured the physical environment, your feet, your floor, and your awareness of your medications. But aging well is about more than just managing physical risks. It's also about securing your peace, especially when it comes to the complex emotional and financial burdens that often surface in our later years. We need to talk about another silent vulnerability that catches many seniors off guard, something just as important as securing your grip and clearing your path. It is a vital warning about protecting your life savings and your peace of mind from subtle pressure. That important conversation is next. We've talked about what you put on your feet and the simple ways to light the path from the mattress to the porcelain. But sometimes, the fall prevention must start much earlier. It must start inside your own body. Think back to the last time you woke up suddenly. Maybe the bladder was insistent. You sit up too fast. That dizzy gray feeling washes over you. You grab the nightstand. That moment, that split second of disorientation, is often when the fall happens, regardless of how secure your slippers are. Your blood pressure is simply adjusting slower now. This is a fact of aging, not a failure. So, let's add a crucial step to the 3 a.m. routine. We call it the 3-step sit. When you wake, do not launch yourself immediately. First, sit perfectly still for 30 seconds. Just breathe. Let your body remember where it is. Second, swing your feet over the side of the bed, planting them firmly on the floor or rug. Stay there for another 30 seconds, feeling the ground beneath you. Third, only then, stand up slowly, using the edge of the bed or a sturdy bedside handle for support. 60 seconds of patience is much cheaper than 60 days in recovery. It's the wisdom of slowing down to speed up safely. Now, let's talk about the silent fall triggers hiding in your medicine cabinet. If you are waking up 2 or 3 times every night, is it just the water you drank at dinner, or is it a side effect of a necessary drug? If you are on multiple medications, and most of us are past 60, you must be your own health advocate. Sleep aids, specific antidepressants, and even some high blood pressure pills can cause confusion, grogginess, or a sudden drop in blood pressure when you stand up, orthostatic hypotension. This effect is amplified in the dark. Take your pill box to the doctor or pharmacist and ask this specific question. Which of these medications increases my risk of falling, especially when I get up quickly at night? Do not be afraid to push for a medication review. The goal isn't to stop taking needed medicine. The goal is to adjust the dose or the timing to ensure you are the safest during those high-risk nighttime hours. Maybe your doctor can shift a diuretic or a blood pressure pill to earlier in the day. This ties directly into the wisdom of managing your money. A fall is not just a physical injury. It is a financial disaster waiting to happen. Deductibles, co-pays, home assistance, or even a short-term stay in a rehab facility can quickly deplete savings you counted on for years. Protecting your health is protecting your purse. It means fewer difficult conversations with your children about needing assistance. It means retaining that essential feeling of control. While we focus on the bedroom, let's talk briefly about other danger spots in the home that need the same vigilant eye, even during the day. The high-traffic corridor from the living room to the kitchen is often the next culprit. Here, the hazard isn't the dark, but the clutter we learn to live with. Is there a wire running across the floor for a lamp or a charger you keep forgetting about? Is that throw rug in front of the kitchen sink still bunching up? The clutter blindness sets in quickly. We see the same pile of magazines or the same crooked rug every day, and our brain automatically filters it out as not a threat. You walk over it 100 times successfully, but that 101st time, when you are distracted by the phone ringing or a grandchild running in, that filter fails. Simple rule. If it isn't structurally necessary for the house or holding you up, it shouldn't be on the floor, especially not near a walking path. This is the peace of a well-ordered home. Not for show, but for safety. It means we don't have that little spike of anxiety every time we cross the threshold into the living room. We are building a complete system of protection here. We started with the instant fix on your feet. We moved to the lighting and the systems inside your body. But there is one final uncomfortable truth we need to face about independence. Sometimes, despite all the planning, the inevitable happens. And if you are living alone, that accident becomes 10 times more dangerous because you cannot call for help immediately. In our final part, we must address the hardest step in fall prevention, the emergency plan. the silent agreement you need to have in place before the accident happens, and the essential kit you need to keep nearby, just in case you find yourself on the floor and unable to reach the phone. That wisdom is the key to enduring independence, and it's what we must prepare next. But avoiding the fall is about so much more than just the physical damage. We've talked about the slippers, the lighting, and the clutter in the hall. These are the immediate steps to protect your body. But what about the steps we take to protect our future, our dignity? Because a fall is not just a medical emergency. It is a financial one. It is the moment you confront the true cost of independence. I know. The worry that creeps in late at night, right alongside the fear of tripping. It's the worry about running down the savings account. The fear that a few weeks in rehab will drain the funds you needed for the rest of the year. This is the deeper layer of wisdom we must embrace in our 60s and beyond. We must protect our physical health, yes, but we must also protect our financial fortress, because poverty and dependence are the real thieves of old age. Think about the co-pays, the ambulance ride, the cost of installing grab bars after the accident, not proactively. If we haven't planned for it, a simple slip can force us into decisions we never wanted to make. Maybe having to sell the house, maybe having to rely entirely on children who already have their own struggles. That feeling of being a burden is sometimes worse than the pain of the fracture itself. So let's look at financial safety through the lens of fall prevention. Are your insurance plans up to date? Do you truly understand your Medicare gaps? Have you looked into long-term care options, even small ones, that could cover in-home help if you needed 6 months of recovery? Protecting your independence means having a plan for the worst-case scenario. It's about removing the financial anxiety that makes the physical anxiety feel 10 times heavier. Talk to someone you trust, a financial advisor, a trusted family member, or a counselor at a local senior center. Don't wait until the bill for the hospital stay lands on the kitchen table. Make the budget audit a regular habit, just like checking your medication bottles every Sunday. This proactive wisdom keeps the peace inside your home. Speaking of peace, let's talk for a moment about loneliness. Loneliness and isolation are silent risk factors for falls. When you live alone, if you do fall, help takes longer to arrive, and the emotional weight of being isolated can lead to poor decision-making about health, food, and movement. This affects your balance, your strength, and your awareness. We often think of wisdom as just knowing facts, but true elder wisdom is about connection. It is about pushing back against the inertia of living alone. I know how easy it is to let the silence settle in. How tempting it is to skip the senior center meeting or decline the invitation to the neighbor's porch. You think, I'm too tired. I don't feel like putting on real clothes. But those little excuses are the bricks that build the wall of isolation, and that wall makes you vulnerable, physically and emotionally. To truly protect yourself from the danger of the 3 a.m. trip, you need people who know your routine. People who will notice if the porch light stays off too long, or if you don't answer the phone by 10 a.m. This requires effort. It requires vulnerability. But wisdom is recognizing that you cannot live well or safely in a vacuum. If you are caring for a partner, don't let that caregiving consume your entire social life. If you are widowed, force yourself to schedule one mandatory outing a week, a lunch, a church service, a class. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it puts you around other human voices and eyes. This isn't just about fun. It's about establishing a safety net. Your dignity rests on your ability to maintain control over your life, and that includes who you allow into your sphere. Remember the 3 pillars of independence: your health, your home environment, and your financial security. We started with that simple, essential thing on your feet tonight, the non-slip safety. We expanded to your balance, your medications, and the clutter in your hallways. Now, we have anchored that physical safety into the bedrock of financial planning and emotional connection. These are the layers of protection that prevent the fall from ever happening, and ensure that if it does, you are resilient enough to bounce back quickly. But there is one final crucial habit that ties all these threads together. A powerful daily mental practice that acts like the strongest insurance policy for your balance, your budget, and your peace of mind. This is the one thing that separates those who simply age from those who age with true mastery and dignity. It's a warning about a certain time of day and a simple command you must give yourself every morning. And it might be the most important piece of wisdom we share. We'll cover that next.